Okay, here's another short video that talks about strings, character arrays. These are good things to watch and see if you can write your own quick little programs. So in this, we take a character array and we try to reverse it. Now, in order to reverse it, you need to know the length of the string, so we can start from the back end and come all the way to the front. So I have a function that calculates the string length, and it's called myStringLength. Now there is a function that comes with C++ that will help you find the string length, which you can always use. But this again gives you a little bit more practice, shows you how to do that. So the string length function is called myStringLength. It takes a char array and it returns an integer. So it takes the array for which we need to find the string length and returns an integer. And in main, we declare a char array. Again, I use my max char, which is my number of characters. I also have a string variable that I use here. I have a couple of other variables, integer variables. So I take a name and put it into the string variable. Notice we are just hard coding it. And this is to show you the difference. Assignment operator can be used with strings, but notice we cannot use the assignment operator when we try to put a text into a char array. You have to use string copy. So it shows you a couple of different things. You cannot use the assignment operator like this with a char array. You must use the string copy function. Then it says message gets overwritten from the user. We read a text from the user and we use cin.get to put it into that char array. Remember, with strings we used to use getLine. So know the differences between, you cannot use one for the other. So you use getLine with strings and you use cin.get with char arrays. So then we pass this character array to my function called myStringLength, and it returns an integer, remember, and that goes into length. Let's go take a look at our function. Here's my function to find, let me put a comment here, function to find string length. So it takes this character array and we have a couple of variables, notice, and all I do is go through a loop that says while message of I, that means we take each character and check to see if it is a null character. Remember, we have a null character at the end of our string. All our char arrays will have a null character when the string is done. So we check to see while message of I, the I++ says check for message of I, see if it's equal to null character, and then increment I. It's a post increment. Remember how post increment works? It does the operation, then increments I. So it checks the character first and then increments I. So we don't need to have a curly bracket, and it's just a simple one statement while this condition is true, count plus plus, count gets increment. The minute message of I is equal to the null character, it comes out of the while loop and it returns count. And go back to main. When count is returned, we put it into length, and then we start our for loop so we can start printing the message in reverse. So we start at length -1. The reason being length gives us the length with, we've gotten the count with one more, so we don't want to quite start at the null character. We want to start one below the null character. So we go for length -1 and we check to see if we are greater than or equal to 0. Now we want to make sure we hit 0 so we get that first character, otherwise we'll miss out the first character. I minus minus since we're going in reverse. So now if we run the program, it says enter a message. So let's say this is a test with exclamation, and it comes out the other way. So you can try it again and put something else. Try maybe your name. Type 3 exclamations. Make sure your text is completely reversed. Now you can try a few other things with your for loop. See if you can figure out, how to maybe cut out a couple of letters, or what happens when you do for I equals length. So these are things that you can try to see what it's going to do. So the more you work with strings and character arrays, the better it gets. So try it and let me know how it goes.